Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for those that are catching the replay. Welcome to this week's meditation. This week we are speaking about boundaries and intuition and how I have many clients sometimes coming through that are not 100% sure if it's their intuition speaking or is it their mind speaking. And so there's a setup of doubt and confusion about maybe what their next steps are, maybe what they can achieve or can't achieve, or is it okay to have that, conversation? Should I have that difficult conversation? Should I make that risky decision? And we're all looking for assuredness, confidence. Some of us are more natural, maybe risk takers, and we might leap and then be okay with whatever happens next. Some of us are a little bit more reserved, a little bit more cautious. Maybe there's been a bit of a school of hard knocks, and so we tend to pull in a little bit more and take our time. But sometimes either way, it's just going to be part of life, really, isn't it? Either you will or you won't. Either you do or you do not. What if there was a way for you to access something that is very aligned with you, that speaks directly to you, that is calm in its nature, it is loving, supportive, and you begin to understand that this feeling, this voice, this whisper only wants what is in your highest and best interests. Where is that thing? Is it external to us? Is it a friend? Is it your local priest? Is it like, who do you go to? And then sometimes those wise people or friends or relatives or some of our more, you know, people that have had more experience can be really helpful with guiding us. But sometimes it really is up to us in the end. Do we trust enough in ourselves to either say yes or no in a healthy way to anything or everything? And where does that confidence come from? Where does that go getting attitude come from? Where is that heck yes come from? Or I'm just going to do it and it doesn't matter what's going to happen. I'm just going to do it anyway. Where is that? Some have more of that than others. I am going to help you today to access the physical body and work with your own energy system so that you can begin to pay attention to the energetic movement of a yes or a no. And this can be applied in any aspect of life. And especially when things get really tough and there's a lot more doubt and confusion, it gets really loud. Sometimes that can be even called anxiety. For myself, if I am not able to sort something out in my mind, my body shows signs of agitation. I'm not quite settled. My sleep is disrupted. I'm not quite satisfied with certain things. I tend to, if it goes on for too long, I'm very aware that my irritability rises. And I know it's not because of my family or anything outside of me. It's because I'm missing a component. I'm missing some sort of clarification or assuredness that, or an answer even. So, how do we know what this is? Well, we can go and learn and study. We can collect all the data we want. We could even run a few trials at, say, if you're in business, you could run a marketing strategy or you could jump into a program and, you could find the guru and all of that amazing stuff. But ultimately, to move forward, some of those decisions may be uncomfortable. They may mean that something needs to be released or surrendered or even sacrificed. The truth. I already know that I've been holding myself back. I already know that it doesn't matter how many times I've tried to connect in with source energy, it doesn't quite land for me. I already know that in love, it's me. I'm armored. I'm frightened. And when we start to hear that conversation, what is the knowing? Well, the knowing is you. What is this you knowingness? We're going to call it intuition. Some may call it Holy Spirit. Some may call it God. Some may call it their guides. Some may call it divine intervention or nature. There are lots of names for this universally accepted truth that you already know the right way. So let's move into the body and let's use the harmonics of frequency and energy to help stabilize your nervous system so that you can get clear on what those next steps are for you. And it is a process. It is a process like all of life. How do we establish a clear line of communication with ourselves that is distinct from the noise around us or even the noise in our own head? That's a beautiful, beautiful sort of way of approaching life. Like, what if I had this with me all the time? What if I didn't need to guess, collect data, ask 5 people, and everyone's got a different view or opinion? Or maybe that view or opinion is just coming through for many reasons on their part, which is not really supportive of you and your gifts and your trajectory. How do we know? So we're going to pop this question in, set a mini intention this morning. I'd like to know the truth of my next steps in love or in money, my career, this project. I'd love to get some insight into a problem I may have that's been long standing. Maybe there's a long standing relationship or health problem. So, whatever the question that you wish to intentionalize today's meditation, you pop your hand over your chest, over your heart, and just let that question come up. Usually, what hurts you the most is a good indicator of what the question may be. Our pain is usually quite close to the surface. We don't have to go far to find what hurts us the most. It's usually right there. It will be a wound or a fear or a combination of both. When you have that question, you can pause this replay and maybe just write that down. Okay, back. Find a comfortable position where your spine is supported. Can be laying on the floor on a mat, your back up against a wall, or if you're out in nature, find a spot to sit that allows your body to be at ease without any hyperextension or overflexion of any muscles or the spine. If you're in a chair, make sure you can feel your feet on the floor. Take a breath in and out. and a few more after that. Closing your eyes down if you haven't done so already. Looking to the back of your skull. Eyes are closed. The awareness, your perception, the entirety of you is now looking at the back of your skull. You're going to walk down those steps or take the elevator down, and we're heading down to the belly button. I often feel that my drop in is a fishing line with a weight on the end of it. Reminds me of a child fishing with my father and applying and tying those weights at the end of the fishing line, and the line becoming taut really fast as the weight would pull. So it's the drop. I feel the drop straight past my belly button. Ladies, about 6 centimeters past the belly button and about 8 centimeters back towards the spine, center of the body. Men, hara around the button. And you're going to drop down. There is a portal there, the size of the palm of your hand, called womb space. You drop in right there. Even if your mind is thinking, how on earth can this support my decision making? I thought I needed to stew over this problem. I'm like, yeah, it hasn't worked, has it? Need to do something different. Find a new resource, energetic and somatic one that is far beyond mortal comprehension and understanding. We're going to let go a little bit more into womb hara. Let it go. If you're holding on to anything, open up the heart space now and just, you don't need to know what the block is or the resistance. If your mind wants to track, just come back to your body. Keep breathing. Feel the heart space, center of the chest, womb hara, deep in the body. Present with these two portals. And connect the two portals now. Imagine a channel of light and energy connecting womb to heart and then heart down to womb. You may notice a spontaneous light as your nervous system calms, as parts of the self that haven't felt safe start coming back home, as you begin an integration that defies all understanding and even logic. You will feel calmer. You may notice a light. Breathe that light, expand that light. You may notice that the light wants to move maybe a tad faster, or an expanded light wants to manifest from inside the body. This light goes by many names in many different cultures. The seat of your power, your life force energy, even your strength. This light connects you to the light of your ancestors through the womb hara, through the men in your family and the women in your family. When you're ready, send a beam of that light straight up from heart into headspace center point inside the head. Final resting place of the vertical core. Breathe. Some days these connections come easy, and other days they take a bit more time. Okay. Your next breath, increase the light until the light moves and expands out from womb, heart, head, and expands out all the way to your skin. That every cell in your body, every vessel, every joint, every vein, organ, every red blood cell has now been touched with this light. Breath, extend the light outside of your body. Do whatever is comfortable for you today, if that's 5 centimeters or 10. Feels that the light wishes to extend even further. Take it to the tips of your middle finger, left and right. Create a circle of that light all around you. This light protects you. It keeps you centered. Check back into the multiple portal points of womb, hara, heart, and head. Continue to see the light, the expanded field of light that is now moving and interfacing throughout your entire human body, and then the extension of that light outside your body, wherever feels comfortable for you today. Pop a boundary on that light that is outside of you and hold steady. This activation gives you freedom, safety, independence for you to make your own mind up. It is a guide, it is a beacon. It not only draws new experiences and people to you and new opportunities, especially for those in business, but if you're seeking love, money, you need to be a beacon for the very thing you desire. But you also need to know what is good versus what is not good for you. the people that are good, the next deal that's not going to send you under, the next decision that's going to result in better outcomes for you and your family and your health. Where is all of this wisdom contained? It is when you access the light within you. Hold that light. 360-degree bubble all around you. And you keep it with you every single day. Close of this meditation, whenever you're ready, come back to yourself. You may wish to pick up that pen and maybe write some more around that intention. Let the truth of the light within you connect you with the truth of all light that is universal. Blessings with the true one light that is of the Christ consciousness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings to everyone. I look forward to seeing you again next week.